This morning before work, I've decided to at least try to get the picture tube back in the cabinet on this Sylvania Halolight. And so far, we've got the Halolight in. And now I'll just set the picture tube straight down and then wrap these straps around the back side of it and then fasten that, that bracket up there to these two screws right here. And that should anchor it in. Then we can go ahead and stand it back up. I just spent the last 10 minutes or so cleaning the glass real good. It's amazing how much stuff accumulated, you know, down in underneath the lip of that light diffuser during the time. I had it covered up the whole time. It still had a bunch of little debris down there I had to get out. So let's see if I can pull it off without breaking the tube. And one final cleaning of the CRT glass to make sure everything is as clean as I can get it. So far so good. She's all back in. She's nice and solid and all that jazz. And now I have a secondary problem that you need to be aware of if you ever do something like this. Now that I have the picture tube back in, the neck of the picture tube sticks up past the level of the cabinet. So, you know, I really don't want to just, you know, turn this cabinet up on its feet and then slide it into the corner or into the wall somewhere until I can get a chance to put the chassis in tomorrow morning before I go to work. We want that neck protected until we're ready to, you know, to play it. So what I'm going to have to do is put the back on. Well, there she is, all put back on temporarily. I just put a screw in each corner. I've got Rusty out there. He's having a good old time. He wants to interfere with my filming, a little twerp. Anyway, you know, when it comes to working on these old TVs like this, especially if you're kind of new at it like I am, there's no such thing as being overly cautious, you know? You just gotta, you know, if you really don't have a 1000% feel for what you're doing, then take precautionary measures every time. You know, otherwise you're going to pay for it. It will come back to haunt you if you don't. Finally, at long last, everything is back into the cabinet. And I don't have the back on yet because I still have to work on that damaged area. Try to get it fixed as much as possible. And there's a couple other things I want to kind of eyeball and check out. So it doesn't look too bad. It was not an easy chore. I'll tell you, I did have to replace this CRT wire here with some of that 30,000 volt wire I had. That old hard brittle stuff broke, and it was back to the drawing board on more wire replacement. So I think I've got it all taken care of. Let's take a look at the front. Well, that's it so far. I have to do a little bit of dusting on it. And of course our missing knob over here needs to be replaced. I got one that, if you'll recall, it was missing when we got it. And we're going to put the one on that we got from Mike Costa at Gobs of Knobs. If I can figure out how to get it on there. Let me see here. Come on now, baby. Cooperate here. She doesn't. There we go. Okay. There we go. Now we have a complete set of knobs. Now that looks really good. Well, I finally managed to straighten it out quite a bit. It's nice and solid. I put some cardboard on the inside and glued it in with some 5-minute epoxy, and that stiffened it up, made it nice and tough. She's pretty solid all the way around. This isn't exactly bent back to the way it was, but I didn't want to take the entire thing off and redo it. But I bent it down as best I could, and I used that epoxy gel underneath there, or that 5-minute epoxy, and glued that down. So she's nice and solid right now. Everything it's got a nice shape to it too. It's almost back to the way it was, but it's taken a lot of damage, a lot of hits over the years. I think what I'm going to do now, we're going to go ahead and close this video out shortly. I want to turn the TV on. I'm not going to put the back on it. I'm going to turn the TV on and see if we can get, you know, with the chassis back in and everything, see if we can't get a little bit of I don't know, maybe rifleman. There's a little something to wet your whistle there, Buzz. Chuck Connors.
Starring Chuck Connors.
Not too shabby, huh? Needs a little bit of adjustment yet. Quite a bit, actually, but I'm real happy the way it looks.
Oh, hello, Mr. Hunter. Who's that fellow that got to your wing here? Why, some fella's been hanging around.
Alright, last but not least, look at here. The top of my workbench. I haven't seen it in probably almost a year. It looks really great. I actually have enough space now to work on my radios now that the chassis and the CRT are gone. Oh, this is great, you know. Anyway, next time we're going to go ahead and hook up the pattern generator on the TV. You know, the one that gives me the lines and the dots and all that jazz, and we'll go ahead and, you know, tweak a few things in the back with the screwdriver, you know, get things lined up top and bottom best I can, and then we'll go ahead and turn it back on, see if it helps it any. It should be okay right now though. Anyway, until next time, this is John.